And we're back, YouTube, with another episode of the Fat Guys Barbecue. And today's episode, we're going to be grilling up a pork loin. Not to be confused with a tenderloin, but a whole pork loin. Some of that loin back rib meat is where this comes from. We'll be cooking it up, smoking it up on the big green egg at 250 degrees. We'll bring this up to about 145. Unlike pulled pork, you're going to take up to over 200. This pork loin, keep it nice and juicy. We're going to go to about 145. We'll leave the fat cap on this one. One reason, there's not a lot of fat in here. That's going to protect us, keep us juicy, keep us rolling. So we're going to use the fang out. We're going to use the frag out maple, bacon, maple rub, and a little bit AP rub. We're going to rub it down, let it set for a few minutes. We'll put it in the egg. Probably this big of a loin is going to take about 2 hours, 2.5. We'll put us a temperature probe in it, keep an eye on it. So here we go. All I've done was cut it open, got it where we can reuse it. You can see that's a whole loin. Whole loin right there. Let's start on this side. So we're going to do this. We'll start out with some AP rub. Get it a decent height where we can get an even coverage. I believe that was our timer for our check our smoker temperature. We've already got the smoker fired up. Trying to bring it up to temp. There's that. And then here we are with this one. Once again, it's the frag out that's been kind enough to let us use their name. However, this was bought and paid for. Here we go. Once again, looks like we're going to make a mess. Get a nice even coat. You can see the smoke blowing across my face. Yep, that's from that egg. Smell that smoke, Jacob?
I do. It's smelling good. That large lump charcoal. Guys, remember whenever you're putting your rub on, just because it's called a rub, you don't actually rub it in. Just pour and pat. As you can see, he never rubs it. You just pat it in. You just want it to stick. If you rub it around, it gets clumpy and it doesn't really get an even spread.
Make sure you get your ends. Give it just a few minutes and we'll roll it over. Do the top. Alright guys, as you can see it's soaked in. Going into that meat a little bit, we're going to roll it over here. Do the exact same thing to the other side. Once again, our AP rub. Guys, as I'm putting this on, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment. Later on in the video, we'll give you some good news out of the Fat Boy camp here at the compound. We're going to have a live cook with somebody. One lucky subscriber want a chance to come to the compound and cook with us. Ain't they, Jacob?
Yep.
We'll give you some more details on how you can win. Just a few minutes. Let's get this thing moving here. Like Jacob said earlier, don't rub, pat. Pat that in. Give it a few minutes to let it soak in. Then we should be ready to put it on the egg. The egg's still coming up to temperature. Waiting on a clean smoke coming out of it, but we got it coming up. There we are, YouTube. We're gonna put this pork loin to bed. We're gonna let it rest right there for a couple hours. And we'll come back, we'll stick probe in here a little bit. Check it out, make sure everything goes as good. Go from there. Let's watch it cook. Okay, YouTube, we're back with our pork loin. Also got our ham in here from another video. We're gonna glaze it up. Jacob's glaze here. I tell you what, Jacob made some tacos there at work Sunday. Al Pastor, and this was some of the renderings off of that juice that we made. I didn't. He made a glaze for this pork loin. We started to throw it away, and I said, Jacob, there's too much flavor in that. Let's reuse it and make a glaze. Jacob says, good deal. Let's try it. So now we're going to glaze for this pork loin. We've already temped it. It's already temping at 140 in most places, 138, 140. So we're going to glaze it up. Get it set for 30, 45 minutes. Let's glaze it up and look here. Look at that. We're going to just paint it on here. What do you think, Jacob?
It's looking good. Smells even better.
Jacob, what all did you put in this sauce?
Well, we had our renderings from our El Pastor tacos that I made for Sunday, which was smoked for about 13 hours. Once we got the rendering, I put it in a skillet, brought it up to just below a boil, added me some more of that mandarin orange vodka to kind of thin it down, and then I done some molasses to start to thicken it up, and then added some honey to make it a little sweet, and it just kept adding until it got thick.
I'll tell you what, that's got a good taste.
You can taste that El Pastor in it.
Yeah, you can. We'll be back in a little bit, YouTube. We'll let these two meats glaze and set. We'll pull them off. We'll do a rest. I think Jacob's going to bring the pork loin to work tomorrow. We're going to do pork loin biscuits. If I'm not mistaken, that's what he said he was going to do.
Yep.
Like I said, we're going to have ham sandwiches for dinner tonight. For T-ball on the other one. Glad to have you, YouTube. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share our videos, make a comment. Thank you.
If you want to learn how to make El Pastor tacos, leave a comment, El Pastor. Spell it the best you can. And if we get enough, we may try it out.
We'll get Jacob to do his marinating. Alright, YouTube, we're back with our pork loin. Look at that. What do you think about that, Jacob?
Yeah, it looks good.
What we're going to do is bring it out and set it in the pan. Let it rest, and I believe Jacob's going to bring this into the work in the morning. Slice it up. We might slice one piece off here. Eat a piece. Just to sample it here. I believe this is going to come to the office in the morning.
Have some tenderloin biscuits first thing in the morning.
Go ahead.
Those 5 a.m. breakfasts have to be real good, don't they, Jasper?
Yeah, they do. Look at that. Juice coming out of them. Still juicy. Not overcooked.
An internal temp of 145.
Look, that's even got a small smoke ring on it.
Jasper, do us a recap.
We recapped this one today. We took it, a whole pork loin. We rubbed it down with fang out maple bacon. Rubbed it down with a little bit of all-purpose rub. Once again, in the egg for 250 degrees for a little over an hour. Brought that temperature up to 145. Don't overcook your pork loin over 145. It makes it tough. We rubbed it down. Then we glazed it with a old pastor seasoning. Let it glaze up. And I'll tell you what, that's money, YouTube.
Got good flavor to it.
Thanks again for watching
Fat Guys Barbecue.